Jajin from the Mississauga DAVAS, and today we bring to you our first lecture, which focuses on our goals, objectives, and a couple of general statistics on mental health and substance abuse in teens in Canada. So a quick overview of our objectives. So we have 5 main objectives. The first one is focused on reducing the vaping rate. Our second is focused on reducing the rate of drug abuse. Our third is focused on lowering suicide rates. Our fourth is building digital empire and raising awareness. And the fifth is to eliminate all smoking demographics from teens. How is this going to be achieved? So we're going to start by realizing that these issues are complex but manageable. They have histories rooted decades ago and evolving histories too. For example, smoking rates are declining while it's being replaced with vaping. Well, then in that case, we need to set clear goals and priorities. We need to prioritize vaping over smoking because those are getting replaced. So our goals need to be focused on what's most important and what's harming the most amount of teenagers. So we're going to start with objective 1, which is on reducing the vaping rate, because vaping has the biggest epidemic in teens right now. About 1 in 7 teens currently vape, like they're literally doing vaping right now. But 30%, like almost 1 in 3 teenagers have tried it at some point in their lifetime. The problem with vaping is not just that it's bad in general, but it also contains a high amount of THC, which is really harmful for your brain development, and the nicotine contents inside the vaping make it very, very addicting. The way you can slowly do this in achieving our goal of eliminating vaping is by spreading awareness and advocating and having stricter bans on vaping, because it ties into our main message of how normalization of these substances is not okay, right? So we need to address and tell our school, hey, this is not okay, right? Like if 1 in 3 teens are actually doing this, it's horrible. They have tried it at some point, and 1 in 7 are still doing it. So our starting goal is to reduce this stat to about 10%. It's manageable, and we could do it in a couple years according to our projections. So let's move on to our second goal, which is similar to vaping, but it focuses on another demographic, which is substance abuse. So a similar amount, 1 in 7, abuse cannabis and drugs currently. The problem with cannabis is it accelerates lung damage, similar to smoking, and the toxins and carcinogens in the vapors cause cancer at very, very early ages. Similar to vaping, we can address this by pushing awareness and advocating, and mostly emphasizing on harsher punishments. We need harsh punishments and further deterrence from cannabis if possible, like suspensions or else. So, moving on to our third objective, we have suicide rates. So now suicide is a very, very complex topic. It's really sad, but suicide accounts for 25% of deaths in youth in Canada. It's a very, very high amount. It's the second leading one, and the first one is only due to accidental deaths, like motorcycle accidents, etc. But suicide is the second leading cause. For the rates of suicide, it varies a lot by gender. Males, 7.4% die by suicide. And for females, it's 4.9%. So you can see a huge gap with the genders. But the thing about females is that they actually consider and do more self-harm than males. But males, they go directly to suicide. Another main point that we have is Indigenous people. Indigenous people are much more prone to suicide than other demographics of people in Canada. So how do you do this? Well, we promote this issue to higher levels, right? And we do this by, advocating and promoting our cause, similarly to how we would help solve vaping and drug abuse and those kinds of issues is by raising awareness. So expressing opinions, and you need to sign petitions, and so on and so forth. We have other things coming. Okay, so moving on to our fourth objective, we have our digital empire. So this is what we're doing right now. So we have lectures, and then we have YouTube, we have Instagram, and this is just to promote content for our cause, right? YouTube is where we're putting this. We have lectures, more serious things, but also silly things, mentions on our Discord server, whatever. But Instagram is more like, it's more targeted on like a humorous side, right? So we want our content to be relatable in a sense, so that people are actually interested and we can actually work together towards towards stopping these issues. So that's where we're capitalizing on taking advantage of short form content. But where do we actually talk? Well, we have a Discord server. So the links are in our YouTube channel. The Discord server is just where we talk with each other and we can discuss and debate these different issues. And then we also have a website. This website is where we have our contact form, where you can contact us directly. So hopefully these are resources that we've provided that you can use in any time. You can talk to us if you want, or just talk with other people if you wish to do that as well. Okay, so we're going to move on to the fifth objective now, which is smoking. As we know, smoking is being replaced by vaping, right? From 36 to 24% at its peak. It's now it's not dying, right? It's been dying steadily since time, but the rates are still high. It's at a 4%, so 1 in 25 teenagers are still smoking, which is still an unbelievable amount. Cigarettes, as we probably all know, it contains nicotine, which is very, very addicting. It's horrible for you. So the way we could champion about smoking is that it's dying, right? People are becoming less and less interested in smoking. People are being apathetic about it. So we can emphasize this and saying that, hey, no one actually cares about smoking anymore, and look at the graphs, smoking's dying. And so with this and the already low demographic, we can hope to eliminate smoking completely.
Okay, so for a concluding note, we want to talk about our main takeaway. So the main takeaway from this presentation is that we are here to make a difference. All the smoking, all the vaping, we can make a change for the better. We can eliminate these harmful activities, substances and move them away from our communities. That's all for today. Tune in for more content similar to this, and I hope you have a good day.